A wealthy man spent an exorbitant bride price of $2 million to marry an international supermodel. However, upon returning home, he merely placed her on a shelf as a decorative ornament. Even on their wedding day, he didn't allow her to walk a single step on the ground. The guests all bet that the couple would divorce within a month. Every day, the wealthy man would climb onto the shelf to chat with his wife, and the woman decided to always present her most beautiful side to her husband. She worried that her yoga practice might disturb her husband's work, but the man said it was work that was disturbing her. Hearing this, the woman couldn't stop smiling. It was the most beautiful love words she had ever heard. The man would find various reasons to give Ellie gifts every day. Sometimes a birthday blessing 10 months in advance, sometimes a New Year's gift 6 months early. Ellie would tightly embrace the bouquets. After this, Ellie put even more effort into dressing up, just so her husband would see her at her most beautiful when he returned home. However, on their wedding anniversary, the man didn't bring any gifts and only blew her a kiss. Ellie was happy, but her smile seemed a bit forced. The housekeeper casually asked if she had received any gifts today, and the woman replied that a flying kiss was a better gift than pearls. However, her restless hands still revealed her disappointed heart. Ellie thought that perhaps her makeup wasn't to her husband's liking that day, so she put on her husband's favorite outfit. But this time, the man didn't even glance at her and went straight to his work. Ellie tried to strike up a conversation but only received a perfunctory response. Unwilling to give up, she sang her husband's favorite song but was asked to keep quiet. Ellie felt quite aggrieved but still held back her tears, afraid that they would ruin her makeup. The next day, Ellie once again carefully dressed up and put on her most expensive gown, hoping her husband would look at her. However, because the dazzling sunlight was blocking his screen, the man called the housekeeper to change the table's direction. This time, Ellie didn't stop her, letting the tears run down her face. It didn't matter if her makeup was ruined because her husband no longer had eyes for her. 3 years passed in a flash, and Ellie still meticulously adorned herself. She wanted to hear her husband's praise, but all that greeted her was the cold sound of the closing door. This completely shattered Ellie's heart. She took off one of her high heels and told it that they should leave. But when Ellie peered over the edge, the originally less than 3-meter high platform had now become a bottomless abyss. Living on the shelf for so long had given her a special fear of the ground. She threw down the high heel in her hand, and it took a long time before she heard the echo. This made her breathing even heavier. However, even so, Ellie still mustered up her courage and let go of her hands. When she came to her senses, she found that she had already left the platform. 3 years had almost made her forget how to walk, but after a period of difficult practice, Ellie quickly regained control of her body. Stumbling all the way, she walked out of the room. Ellie breathed in the long-lost air, but leaving the shelf suddenly made her feel lost. Because apart from being a decorative ornament on the shelf, it seemed she could do nothing else.